Ger Golscoil Technoliachta Nishana, the Landshall, their Plan Strategic. Deputy Mayor of Limerick, Minister, President, Oireachtas members, Chair of the Governing Body members, distinguished guests, colleagues, students, friends. You are very welcome to the Millennium Theatre here in the Moylish campus of the Technological University of the Shannon for the launch of our inaugural TUS Strategic Plan. We are also joined virtually by our colleagues throughout the university, including our Athlone campus, our campus just down the road at Limerick School of Art and Design, in Tipperary from our Thurles and Clonmel campuses, and the Ennis campus in County Clare. We welcome also our friends and colleagues from the 8 other run EU universities who are watching in from countries across Europe. Over the next 20 to 30 minutes, they assure me it's minutes, we will hear from our distinguished guests here. Our guest, Minister for State for Skills and Further Education, Niall Collins TD. To his right, Minister, well, from my point of view, to your left, our President of TUS, Professor Vincent Kinane, Chair of the TUS Governing Body, Josephine Fihely, and at the end there is representing the student body is the President of the TUS Students' Union, Niall Naughton. We were also to be joined on stage by an ISL interpreter, but unfortunately circumstances outside of our control mean that could not happen this afternoon. For those of you watching online, however, captions will be available through the YouTube broadcast. Finally, my name is Claire Gallagher, and I currently have the pleasure of leading the communications and marketing team here in the Midwest. I also now have the pleasure of handing over to our first speaker, Josephine Fihely, Chair of the TUS Governing Body.
Thank you, Claire. I was going to say good morning, but I'm not sure that it's morning for any longer, so good afternoon. Ara Ochilon, Ordvera Kunta, Uktaran the Hulskulle, Agwini Ushle Sakorja Illig, Fear Queen Falja Roivan Show, Imagine, Ochod Specialta, August Ochod Tawatuk, Doing in Ulskul Technoliacta, Nishanana. Ta Anahasarum, Gul Sluamur and Show, Winchin a Hulskulle idir Furin August McLean, August Freshen, Winchin Ragoon, idir Onadi and Realtus Ochula, Wincher Gno, Wincher Idikish, August Pubble, Neraguna Igochina. Minister Collins, Deputy Mayor, President, friends, colleagues, a very warm welcome to all of you this morning. I'm delighted that there are so many of us here today, both in person and online, to mark the launch of the first strategic plan of the Technological University of the Shannon. It's a very special and important day for our young technological university. The inaugural strategic plan of any organisation is a very significant event. It's the first time that it sets out for all to see where it wants to go, how it wants to get there, and how it will know if it's gotten there. And TUS is no different. With this plan, we have crystallised our vision for the future, and we've set out how we will progress that vision over the next 4 years. Ultimately, the plan has at its heart a vision for an ambitious, networked, integrated technological university that is built on its statutory mandate and its rich history. A university which understands its environment, which is focused on optimising its own potential, and which has the dexterity to respond to the needs of its stakeholders in an ever-changing educational, economic, and social landscape. That's a very big vision. And I'm pleased to see so many of those stakeholders with us, colleagues from right across TUS, both staff, students, and representatives from across our regions, from industry, business, community interests, local government, education, and trades unions. This plan was made in consultation with all of you, and that consultation was deeply rooted in the TUS ethic of being relevant to and engaged in the needs of the regions and the communities that we serve. Thank you for helping us develop this plan by participating and sharing your views. It is incredibly important to me that public bodies understand that their strategy is not an end in itself, but is a means towards a public good. And TUS appreciates that very well. Gormahagriv ilig as changoali yenadling, agus as kauruling, con or luchana or stratesh, agus an flansha a crohu. The journey that TUS has been on since October 21 has been an exciting one and a challenging one, but it has focused on foundational matters as you would expect for a new university. But today marks the start of a transformational moment on that journey, a moment where our focus takes a crucial shift towards the journey ahead. And the fulfillment of this plan is really important for the establishment of the Technological University of the Shannon in its fullest sense. We have nailed our colours to the mast in our very colourful plan. Our objectives are very clear. We've adopted a set of essential values that have emerged from the planning process, and we have set out how we will be judged. Ach ní críoch an féin plan a cruthú agus a chur osfór chór inniuh. Anish inaugural tusaíonn an obair. Now the hard work begins in earnest. Reaching the milestones on this journey will require innovation, determination, and a shaping of the organisation to match the strategy. Critical strategic decisions will have to be made, and our resources will need to be oriented towards our key goals and our performance indicators. In that context, I would like to commend the President and the executive leadership of TUS for the level of ambition set out in this strategic plan. It's a rare privilege to be able to lead the development of a new university. My governing body colleagues and I are mindful of that privilege, and we believe that in approving this strategic plan, we are committing ourselves to leading and supporting the President and his team to realise the plan's ambition. I wish everyone involved in the fulfilment of this plan every success. Guim gachra ar chulugine a will banchaku le cholina on flansha. Gurmila mahagav.
Gormaigat Josephine. As you know, some weather warnings yesterday led us to move the launch time to noon. Thank you to Minister Collins for accommodating that move, and thank you also for taking the time to address us now.
Good afternoon, Deputy Mayor Olivia O'Sullivan, Professor Canan, Chairperson Feheli, Niall Naughton, President of Students' Union, friends and colleagues. Thanks for inviting me here today, and it's great to be back here in TUS. The establishment of TUS on the 1st of October 2021 was tinged with a little bittersweet feeling, perhaps for those of us with history with either Limerick or Athlone Institutes of Technology. However, this is more than compensated for, I think you'll agree, when one considers how quickly the new technological university has developed, building on the solid foundations of those two illustrious institutes and expanding as a higher education university of real weight and reach regionally, nationally, and indeed internationally. This is particularly true in the field of apprenticeship. One of the things I have sought to do as Minister of State for Skills and Further Education is to increase the pathways for people after secondary school. In the context of apprenticeship options, we are now included in the CAO, and the recently established National Apprenticeship Office has brought in a lot of new innovations around apprenticeships, which you have taken on board. Most recent, for example, we've established a free phone advice helpline, which was officially launched in January the 19th last. It's great to see that TUS offers such a wide range of apprenticeships, from traditional craft apprenticeships such as carpentry and plumbing, to newer consortia-led programmes like polymer technology and industrial electrical engineering. Of course, the value and benefit of the TU concept is its ability to provide higher education and research-informed teaching and learning across all levels of the national framework of qualifications, right up to doctoral degree awards, and to do so in the regional context in people's home places. The breadth of such is clearly highlighted in the new plan, which I have the pleasure of launching with you here today. The new plan, the first in respect of TUS, has been crafted and is owned by you all, staff, students, and wider stakeholder communities. Within its confines, you are setting out your clear and far-sighted ambitions for the university up to 2026 and for all those who make up the university community. You aim to provide the most relevant and high-quality education in both traditional and flexible ways, tailored to a diverse cohort of students across multi-campus locations. You are seeking to grow your research community to be able to engage in next-generation thinking and to tackle the big issues of the day. You want rightly to operate as an integrated organisation where all have equal opportunities and everyone's potential can be recognised, and you want to connect to communities and campuses and to enhance relationships and partnerships so as to drive the sustainable development of our regions. In my view, this is absolutely the right vision and set of missions for this university. A TU both in and of the regions, but with a global reach underpinned by an ethos of quality, diversity and inclusiveness, and one that seeks to deliver flexible education for the 21st century. The Government remains fully committed to supporting TUS and the 4 other TUs on their ongoing journey, both in terms of material assistance, current and capital funding, and in addressing core organisational and borrowing issues that are of such pivotal importance to the progression of the TU agenda. For example, as well as exchequer funding, we have also successfully secured additional European Union co-funding for TU-specific teaching and learning reforms and research capacity building under the National Recovery and Resilience Plan and the European Regional Development Fund. In December, the TUS proposal for a connected campus project at the Thurles campus aimed at bringing further and higher education together on the same site, won through the first part of an assessment process under the Technological Sector Strategic Projects Fund. Also, as part of the connected campus approach, another successful proposal with Tipperary ETB under the College of the Future Major Projects Fund is the development of the Kickham Barracks site in Clonmel. I'm delighted to note also that as of Monday just gone, the Higher Education Authority notified the university that you may enter into the contract for works on the Coona campus project, due, I understand, now to begin on site in Q2, and we all know the long and painful journey that has been. So, in conclusion, I wish everyone associated with the plan and with the TU the best of luck, and we know that you have the wholehearted support of government going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister. And he said it, he said the C word. So, in reading the TUS Strategic Plan, you will see clearly that it is student-centred, as students, along with staff and stakeholders, informed its development. To represent that student voice here today, we are joined by President of the TUS Students' Union, Niall Naughton.
Thank you very much, Claire. Trnón amach gach duine Níl Ó Neachtain is anam dom agus is an uachtarán réithe all scoil technoliachta Aontas na Macklin sa Shanamé. I am both humbled and privileged to be here with you today on this most auspicious occasion to celebrate the official launch of the TUS Strategic Plan 2023-2026. TUS began its transformative journey back in October 2021, when AIT and LIT came together to create Ireland's third technological university, and has since been extremely busy settling into its new identity. The TUS Strategic Plan, in its adoption, will solidify TUS's future direction through its stated vision and values, and ensure that the strategic priorities and enablers contained within are embedded throughout our trans-regional structure. This ambitious plan is shaped and informed by feedback from the student body we represent and advocate for. A partnership approach with TUS Students' Union is crucial to enabling the delivery of the strategic plan to our students, who are at the beating heart of this technological university and our primary stakeholders. This interconnectedness will enable us to continue working together to ensure that the student experience at TUS is supportive, empowering, and inclusive of all. This strategic plan emphasises a need to embrace diversity and inclusion as a key strength, to maintain a student-centred ethos, and to prioritise an education provision that can be delivered in traditional and flexible ways to cater for our diverse student cohort. The fundamental strategic enablers contained in this plan speak to the optimisation of our university infrastructure and resources, and the importance of building a culture of continuous improvement. However, these enablers will have to do some heavy lifting as we move swiftly to deal with some legacy issues, not least among them, purpose-built student accommodation. The 4 key indicators of success outlined in this strategic plan highlight TUS's commitment to greater access pathways, enhancing student-centred teaching and learning that will be research-informed, and also harness knowledge and skills to address challenges whilst delivering impact, and most importantly, foster the development of our graduates from our technological university that can make a positive, tangible difference, both nationally and internationally. But in order for our students to play their part in reaching these targets, we do require supports from the government of our country our new skills will ultimately serve. This strategic plan is designed to provide students with the best possible education and support, and to prepare them for success in years to come. It is my sincerest hope that this will act as a beacon, a guiding light, which will enable TUS to become an educational powerhouse, not just in the Midlands and the Midwest of Ireland, but nationally and indeed on a global stage. Our mission as a students' union is to ensure that our students' voices are listened to, understood, and acted upon. And it is fundamental that we as a union continue to aim high and advocate on their behalf for a continuously improved student experience. I am extremely proud of my tenure as Students' Union President and all that has been achieved in the time since we became TUS. It will always be the Students' Union's belief that by investing in our students, we are investing in our future. We're investing in the future of our university, our communities, and the world at large. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Professor Vincent Cannan and the TUS governing body for providing our students the opportunity to have their voices listened to and heard in the development of this strategic plan. Now that the vision of the strategic plan and the direction for our young technological university has been set forth, the Students' Union looks forward to working in partnership with you all and to continue delivering for our students. Go raibh míle maith agat.
Thank you, Niall. And finally, last but not least, the man with quite literally the plan in his hand, President of TUS, Professor Vincent Cannan.
Thanks, Claire. So we had 2 options, a short speech or a lecture. So we've opted for the short speech, 27 pages. Deputy Mayor of Limerick, Minister, members of the Oireachtas, Chair of the TUS governing body, Joseph Fahey, the governing body members, colleagues, students, Adina Ushla. We have a plan. We have a plan. and we have a small plan here as well. So everybody in the audience has been provided with one of these, which is to save on printing, more sustainability. So if you scan the QR code, you will get the plan. And in that plan, you will see all of our ambitious outlooks. So, as the Chair has said, this is our inaugural TUS Strategic Plan, 2023 up to 2026. And the emphasis here, as you've heard, I suppose, from all the speakers, is this is our strategic plan. The core of the strength of the TUS Strategic Plan is that it has been founded on the views of those who are most invested in it, in this technological university. A university that now connects the Midlands and Midwest regions, 6 campuses, 15,000 students, up to 2,000 staff members, hundreds of stakeholders, and countless communities. The plan has in fact grown and formed according to the views of the people in this room and those joining us online. Multiple stakeholders fed into the process of drafting this strategy, with the involvement of staff and the student body central to the connectivity and creativity that characterises it. And as a result of our collective input, this plan reflects the core ambition, our vision, of being a catalyst for sustainable change through education and research that will transform lives, our region, and the world beyond. Ambitious? Absolutely. And to deliver on this vision for TUS will ultimately challenge every single one of us. But that challenge will be based on an ambition that is our own, made of our own DNA and expressed in our own language. This DNA is reflected strongly in the language of our core values. And be assured, we are a values-driven organisation. And those values state clearly who we are. And we are inclusive, supportive, ambitious, innovative, collaborative, and sustainable. We are a new higher education entity, now with a clear purpose and ambition articulated through this strategic plan. And our purpose is to provide leading, student-centred further education that is research-informed, regionally relevant, and accessible to all. Our ambition for our students, our staff, our regions, and wider community is supported by a plan based on 4 key priorities and 16 objectives. And for your pleasure, I am not going to go through them all. But primary amongst those priorities is to provide a relevant, high-quality education offering, focusing on interdisciplinarity, delivered in both traditional and flexible means, to cater to a diverse cohort of students across multi-campus locations. The result of this priority will ensure that we produce research-informed education, work-ready and world-ready graduates that will make a notable impact on our region and drive wider societal transformation. And we are going to grow our student numbers significantly. We have a target of 12% across all of our activities, from full-time undergraduate, part-time undergraduate, apprenticeships, postgraduate, continuous professional development, online, international, etc. It is an ambitious target. Research is also a key priority, and that will deliver impactful, applied research, growing the research community, engaging in next-generation thinking, and tackling issues at a regional, national, and global level. Research, development, and innovation is a continuum, and these aspects are embedded in our plan. Our applied research will generate new knowledge and provide impactful solutions that address regional, national, and global challenges and opportunities. And our targets are very ambitious. To grow our research income by over 40%. To grow the number of research active staff by over 50%. To grow our outputs by over 100%. These are indeed ambitious targets. And now, people, of course, are who will do this work. People are key to any organisation and any strategic plan. And so our third priority is to operate as a single, integrated organisation, as the Chair has outlined, where everyone's potential can be realised and where all individuals are provided with equal opportunities. And in implementing this strategic plan, our people will develop a cohesive TUS culture, underpinned by those core values I outlined of our university and embraced by all. Connecting is at the heart of this plan. Our connected TUS community will be thought leaders who generate insight, embrace opportunities, and co-create solutions to complex challenges. Our close connections with industry, business, culture and the arts, communities, our regions, and Europe through our alliance, the Regional University Network, one of 42 European universities, is the essence of our unique heritage and enables the creativity that guides our strategic direction whilst ensuring deepening connections between us all. We will continue to build and enhance relationships and partnerships to drive the sustainable development of our regions and to make an impact nationally and internationally. And that is why connecting and community is our fourth priority. All of these priorities will be underpinned by the following key enablers. Yes, by leadership and the use of resources, by reflective practice and continuous improvement. There is no end to our journey. We are continuously improving. By transparent governance, and by communicating and connecting with our stakeholders. We will enable these priorities by investing and developing our infrastructure to enable our ambitions. We have very ambitious targets on capital infrastructure, 120 million worth of new capital investment. And the Minister mentioned the C word here today. I wasn't supposed to mention the C word here today, but the Minister has. We're going to get Kuna, finally, and it will start in the next few weeks. Minister, thank you very much for delivering on this promise. And within a year, we will have established a Centre of Excellence for Engineering on our Kuna campus. We will also be doing this by supporting sustainable development and embed the UN's SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, and we will integrate that across all our activities to generate positive impact. Nobody can shirk from their responsibilities around sustainability for our world. And we have taken this on and taken it to our hearts. So we will draw upon these core enablers to deliver on our priorities and make our strategy a reality. TUS is a technological university with a clear plan and a common purpose. We are part of a new transformative entity in education. But the powers to continue that transformation of this critical sector lies not solely in the hands of TUS, or indeed the wider TUs themselves, but rather in the hands of government and the wider civil service. And I'm very pleased that the Minister has outlined the clear ambition of the government and his own department in this space. Because it's hugely important that government must not only recognise the many significant changes that have taken place, but also ensure that the possibilities of this sector become probabilities and realities. And I refer in particular to the need for the new academic contract, which is based on the recent OECD report. As the Minister and the Chair have outlined, we need new organisational structures to reflect where we are going. And yes, and Niall brought it up as well, the need for a borrowing capacity to allow us to build purpose-built student accommodation on our state land. As I said, this is a new entity. It's a new sector. It's a new beginning. It is TUS. Unless anybody still believes this, this is not a variation of the past. It's a new beginning. Cognizant, yes, of its heritage, but with very different horizons. And the architects of this strategic plan have understood this. So again, I say to government, look to that ambition. Look to this plan. Support that ambition. Support this plan, and you will be supporting our regions, our people, our communities, and our combined future. So I'd like to end by thanking you, Minister, for being here today. I'd like to thank our Chair, as always, the governing body, Student Union President, students and staff, and all of you for informing this new strategic plan. Now, with your continued support, we will move to implementation for the betterment of our university, our communities, and our regions. Because this, after all, is your plan. So to each and every one of the TUS community here, I ask you to find your place in this plan. Decide how you will help to deliver these ambitious goals. Connect and create. Gurmia Magov Galer.
Thank you, Vincent. Well, Sinead, thank you all for joining us this afternoon on another momentous day for the Technological University of the Shannon. We would encourage you to scan the QR code or log on to our website now and read for yourself the inaugural TUS Strategic Plan 2023 to 2026. As we bring proceedings here to a close, we will leave the last word to representatives of the TUS community, ultimately the architects of this plan. As the President said, our strategic plan.
The Technological University of the Shannon provides leading student-centred higher education that is regionally relevant, research-informed and accessible to all. Our Strategic Plan 2023 to 2026 will be achieved through the execution of cross-cutting objectives, which are aligned to our 4 overarching strategic priorities.
Our research-informed education will make a notable impact on our region and drive wider societal transformation.
As an innovation hub, our applied research will generate new knowledge and provide impactful solutions that address regional, national, and global challenges and opportunities.
As our greatest strength, our people are at the heart of our strategic plan for 2023 to 2026. Our commitment and dedication to our university is a testament to how much can be achieved when we work together.
TUS will build and enhance relationships and partnerships to drive sustainable development. Our connected TUS community will embrace opportunities and co-create solutions to complex challenges.
The act of connecting is at the heart of this plan. Our close connections with industry, business, culture and arts, communities and our regions is the essence of our unique heritage. And this enables the creativity that guides our strategic direction, whilst ensuring deepening connections between us all, our staff, our students and our stakeholders.